works, and you got specials too for folks that want to come up and fish, right?
You know, we're working very diligently on that, John. You know, today's economy, and we're trying to keep everything going, obviously, so we're always throwing specials out there, get people actively involved coming up to Door County, finding out what we have, because we've got a phenomenal fishery, and remember one thing, it's still the Bay of Green Bay. This isn't Lake Michigan. You know, people hear Lake Michigan right away, John, and they get really concerned and a little overwhelmed. And Door County has a lot of areas that you can come to and always get out, even with a 12 or 14 foot boat.
The last thing I want to mention, even if you don't hire Dale as a guide and you stay at his resort, he'll tell you where to fish too. So that's kind of cool. But hey, good friend of mine. I love fishing with him, and I want to get out with you soon, buddy. But Dale Stroschein,
John,
folks.
before you leave,
yeah,
I want to say one thing. Over the years, and you know, John and I have been together now for 15 years, and I'll tell you, this man is a dedicated husband. He does a great job with his family. And more importantly, he's done a phenomenal job for the state of Wisconsin and our fishery, and he's put us on the map. He's put all of us on the map, and he's brought money into our pockets, and I respect that. And I want to also say a round of applause for Mills Fleet Farm. I'll tell you what, I have never not gone down to Mills Fleet Farm and be able to find whatever I need, whether it's crankbaits or whether it's plastics, rods, reels, ice drills, whatever
Hammers,
it is.
Boots, clothes,
Exactly,
yeah,
everything.
whatever, yeah.
So I want a round of applause
Big
for
hand for Mills Fleet Farm
for putting this on,
bet.
John Gillespie.
All right, buddy. Thanks,
All right,
man.
thank you. Oh man, I'll tell you, you know, it's always an honor coming into my backyard and being able to talk about something that I thoroughly enjoy, and that's fishing. And you got to remember, we're all where we're at today in the fishing industry because of other people. And I've learned a lot of things over the years, and some of them are here today. Keith Gavayas, Gary Parsons, you know, Chase Parsons, some of these guys that are here today. Well, not so much Chase because he just got started, but anyhow, point is, you know, it's important to attend these types of things in order to further ourselves in the fishing industry. You know, it's one of the reasons that I got into tournaments many years ago. I started out as a guide. I took a guy out one night, we got done fishing, you know, and I'm heading home, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. I'm going home, and geez, I wonder what he gave me, you know. I opened it up, and I unroll it, and here it's $100, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that, you know. I went out fishing, I made $100, and I'm thinking, well, there's something here. I was going to school, I got my degree in education, even though I'm not out teaching physical education and following up with an athletic training minor, I'm still out educating. And I think I like this one better. Nothing against teaching, but you know, the teachers. But I do like fishing, and it's an honor for me to be out there and have my office as my truck. You know, one day I was calling the tracker trying to find out where my boats were as we were heading out for a white fishing spot, you know, this winter. And the guy says, man, it must be nice to have your truck as your office. And I'm thinking, I was kind of smiling. Yeah, it's not a bad place, you know, as long as it's above the ice, you know. So, by the way, for those of you that are wondering, we still got a little ice on the bay, unfortunately. And we were out last night, we caught some fish. And I don't recommend it, but for those of you that are a little bit of a risk taker, it's there, it's readily available. And you got to remember, this time of the year, you got to use precaution. You know, when I'm going out, like in the morning or in the evening, we've got ropes. We're only 20 feet offshore right now. Somebody goes through, something like that. You know, we can throw a rope to somebody to get them out. But more importantly, the river right now is on fire. It's been on fire. You know, the lower bay here is just a phenomenal fishery. And we're blessed to be here and have this as our fishery right here. You know, the Bay of Green Bay, I can't say enough about it. Mr. Tilton's, how you doing over there? By the way, did you get your magazine? Yeah, he's on the Michigan Sportsman over here. He's proud of it, right? So I work with a company out of Atlanta, and